Good day, El Paso. Your local junk hauler here, Charlie, aka Dumpster Daddy. EPDumpsterDaddy.com. You can see it on the ticker right down there. EPDumpsterDaddy.com. That is our website. You go ahead and check us out over there, see what we do, see who we are. If you're poking around, you like what you see, you want to give us a call and or text message 915-710-0740. And if you want to give us an email, you can go ahead and shoot us an email, info at epdumpsterdaddy.com. All righty. Now that we got those formalities out of the way, one topic I wanted to get in here and talk to you guys about is definitely how we started the business, the vehicle that we used, and the modifications that we made to the vehicle to make this business work for us. And I have some old video here that I recorded from way back in the day when we first started, of me and my father-in-law working on a sidewall project for the F-150. And man, when I tell you the detail that we went into to make sure that the fit and finish on the truck was, you know, as close to as perfect as I was going to allow it. I'm not that meticulous of a person, especially when it came to that, because it was like, it's going to be filled up with trash anyway. I needed to hold as much trash as possible, be as sturdy and strong as possible, and, you know, keep my truck from getting damaged. So that was the main goal of putting the sidewalls on there. Plus, you know, to add some extra space, you know. But my father-in-law, he's real specific, and that was good, because I am not, and I had no idea what I was doing when it came to this woodworking project for my truck. So I was leaning on the expertise of my father. So this F-150 that we got a 2012 F-150. We had 114,000 miles on her when we first bought her. And I needed to come up with something to give me some extra space. We did perform a couple of jobs, and I do have some pictures, and I'll get into those later, of a couple of jobs that we had before we had the sidewalls on it. But I really want to get in here and show you guys, and I'm going to pull up this footage right now. And this is from 2021. And as you can see here, we got the sidewalls, like right there. Those are the sidewalls. We went to Home Depot, and I told my father-in-law I wanted to get the strongest piece of plywood that they had, the strongest pieces. And so he went and he, you know, helped me understand the color markings, and then we went through the different plies, and so then we got the strongest one that they had available. This was during the time when wood was definitely at a shortage, and they were charging a lot for the pieces that they did have. So we spent a little change on them. I believe they were like $70 a piece, or, you know, $80 a piece at that time. I'm not sure how much they cost now. But yeah. So we went there, we got the sidewalls, and those are, I believe, they 8 foot long by, you know, 4 foot high, whatever. It worked for what we needed to work for. But my father-in-law, he got in with his special instruments and started measuring things and putting tape on stuff and marking stuff, and started making these sidewalls from my truck. So let me go ahead and run a little footage here. That's me talking. I got the sound off because whatever I'm saying is not really that important for this video. And so as you can see here, we're starting to put that one of them sidewalls on. So we tried to get the sidewalls that was as straight as possible. It was impossible to get them without any like imperfections or, you know, any bends in it. So we did our best to get the kind that will fit our needs the best. And I wasn't mad about a little bowing. That was fine. This project took us probably about 2 weeks. It was a lot that went into it. This is just the wood part. You know, I didn't even get any footage of me putting paint on it and what was that stuff? Priming it up and making sure that we had enough coats of paint on it to protect it from the sun. And, you know, this thing had to last us a lifetime, or a lifetime of the truck. And it lasted us till that bad boy went down. So we did a good job, I believe, of making the sidewalls for the truck. So yeah, here we are measuring things out. And this is what I tell you, like Pop was measuring stuff out, putting down tape so that we could make more precise cuts on the wood there. You got his instruments there. You can see that. Look at me, I'm just in the way. You know, he tightening stuff down. And the wind is a nice windy day. You can see that them trees and stuff and Pop's papers is flying all over the place. Yeah, so there we had made the first cut. We was cutting that part off. That was going that piece right there is going to be the two pieces of sidewall that went onto the side of the F-150. So now we're measuring the middle part. And look at me, just hanging out. And you see Pop there. I'm gonna start measuring and cutting stuff, and got a lot of footage of stuff we took, and now he's starting to make the cuts. And you can see that sawdust kicking up. Got his special mask on. And then this is what turned into be the two sidewalls for the truck. So here we are at the truck now. And then these posts, Pop had some posts at a piece of property that he has. And these, I believe you said, came from a tree that was a piece of plywood or something that he had that was over 100 years old or something like that. And then we had this wood, and he had me put some coats of finish on it, and we measured out the post there, as you can see here in the pictures. We had to measure those out to cut those down specifically to fit into the truck, so that we could ultimately tie it down and hook up the pieces of plywood to the side of the truck and secure it to the truck. And it was a little. We had to rig some things up, but as you can see here, I got my my steps so to make it easier to get in and out of the truck bed. I call it my old man step. But this is what we did to the truck to make sure that we had enough space when we first started out in junk removal, to give us the capacity to take care of some jobs. We did perform a bunch of big jobs with this setup before we went and got the trailer. Those jobs helped pay for the trailer. And then we also did use a little bit of our savings from the Walt Disney World Company when they gave us that severance. Like I said, we put that severance to work for us. But yeah, this is it. Let me see if I got anything else. So it's me showing the post. You got Pop making some more precision cuts. That's a turtle that they had that was hanging out in the back there at that time. Haven't seen that turtle in a year, but anyway. And so this is it. We have it on the truck. This is just it glued down, and this is just the sidewalls because I still have to paint it. We're going to have to get it fitted up in there with the paint on it too. So we had to make sure that we had enough space in the posts that acquire us to stick the post in there with paint, because we had the outdoor protection paint for the sidewalls on the truck, and that gave us some more life. And anytime, especially on the inside, when it would get too damaged, I could go in there and just, put some of that outdoor white shiny paint on it, get it back to looking like brand new. You could tell that this truck hadn't been used yet, because this inside here, yeah, that still looked pretty. By the time we got done with it, it was not looking like that. And then here I am showing like how when we started putting in the hardware to tighten it down, the holes we made, and all of that type of stuff. Yeah, so we put in some work. We put in some hard work to make sure that we got the sidewalls that we needed, that Dumpster Daddy needed to get started, to expand our capacity. And then once we got the trailer, how we had the extra space in the truck. So what I would do, of course, was fill up the trailer first. And then if I needed to use some of the extra space, maybe they had some donations, maybe they had some more trash, and I didn't want to make another run to come back here and get it, I would fit it all up in the truck. Now I started charging. At first I was keeping it all at one price. But then if I overflowed the trailer, then I started having I started charging a little bit more. So I started figuring out my load prices when it came to factoring in extra space for the truck. So that was in the beginning. That's how we started. I hope this part was educational to you. I am going to look over this recording, see if I need to go ahead and make any edits or figure out if I was just rambling or whatever. But that's how we started. Hope this was educational to you. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. Like, comment, share. Dumpster Daddy out.